How's it going, everyone? This is Dr. Hefe playing some more Disco Elysium, the final cut, and we are going to finally confront Ruby in this episode. But before we go do that, wait, where's all my favorite dudes? Where'd they all go? Idiot Doom Spiral? Where have you gone? I wanted to go check out what's happening at the statue. I know that something may happen over time, so let's quickly travel there. Let us all give a mighty thanks to the developers for putting quick travel in. The statue looks pretty much the same. Idiot Doom Spiral.
An old monument.
What have you done here? Besides basically nothing. Alright, whatever. That's quick. Let's go to the church. Let's go to the old Feld building and let us confront Ruby. Because yeah, now we got our gun. We got our gun in our hand. We got our Gewalsund super multi-tool. We can open up anything we want. We're ready to rock and roll. I would like to teleport to the top of the building again, but I suppose we'll use the old pedestrian entrance. I feel like we should be on a bunch of drugs for this. It seems like the thing that we would want to do.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
I should probably have my flashlight out. Interfacing, good to know that these are computer components.
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass. Slides with an inlaid nervous system.
Well, we do know the old Feld building was working on a new form of computing, not radio computing. How'd they do that and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
Cool, I'm glad that I gained 5 experience for thinking about computers.
The why is easy,
and money.
Because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
Vitreous cast filament memories. Silicon-based systems. Wait, I thought we were using radio computers. I suppose the wires in the radio computers are maybe silicon-based. Thanks, Encyclopedia, for showing up. Hey, Kim, look, old cybernetics. Maybe he'll be down with that.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains of Feld R&D?
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the Feld playback experiment? For people who remember what this is, good on you. I don't remember what it is. I do remember they were working on a new version of a computer.
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find a device here. You will be disappointed.
Bummer. I wish we could. That does make me think we probably should have our flashlight. Flashlight and gun. We're probably not going to need the multi-tool in here. Alright, here we go. Just gotta walk through these corridors. Face down the murderer. Or suspected murderer. Possible murderer. Anyway, the next clue for us. Yeah, maybe we should have been walking, but we have definitely been sprinting through here. Let's make sure we take our money while we can. Even though Encyclopedia is throwing us 2 coppers every time. 2 coppers, what am I saying? Like a real every time. A polar anorak. This looks pretty cool. Composure and shivers, what do we have? A spear decor and shivers, that's probably worth it. +1 composure under the polar lights, +1 shivers. Gift from La Rive Chaulière. Is this the old guard? Layers and layers of polyvinyl and artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sledges. I mean, this looks like a boss jacket, actually. Like something... I wonder if they sell this in their store. I know that the developers actually did have a store where they're selling clothes from the game. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground in a sunken pipe, and you found it. It's as if the city gifted it to you to keep you safe. You know what? Let's put it on. Wow. We do look pretty dang boss in this. You know what? A Spirit of Court can take It can take a rest for a minute.
Suddenly,
Oh.
your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
It's Ruby the Instigator. She's blasting us with some groovy psychedelic images, and we are tripping out way too hard.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Have you ever known me to listen to instructions, Ruby? I don't think you know me at all, but you should know. I do what I want.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Yeah, we don't need to focus on the pain. You're under arrest, Ruby.
Really now? Check this out.
Oh, great. That was a good one. We're gonna get blasted even harder.
You're overwhelmed
Thanks.
with a new surge
Good
of
one.
violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded.
Thanks,
in your
Felician.
brain.
Really helping me out here. Although we have tons of health. Alright. Yeah. Let's do this. Are you gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here.
We did literally just walk right into your trap, so fair enough on the you killing us.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
That sounds like magical mumbo jumbo, so she's a wizard.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAN frequency.
Yeah, we were talking about ULAN frequencies. I remember that for a second.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
That's true. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Fat Angus. Let's play to her emotional side.
That boy's really gotta learn to keep his trap shut. And it's not a bloody pale emitter. It doesn't emit pale.
What? It just focuses it, concentrates it, blasts it directly into our craniums? Okay, that was slightly unpleasant, so I can't imagine just listening to that constantly and also trying to have a logical conversation with someone.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it.
Okay. In plain English, please?
Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
Are you one of those, Ruby? Is this your backstory you're giving us?
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Don't worry, Kim. I'm right here with you in this, buddy.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
Okay. I already knew you were a magician. Now you just confirmed it for us.
At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
So, are we actually hearing it, or is this just kind of our brain trying to make sense of whatever this groovy psychedelic waveforms she's blasting at us?
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
Okay, thanks, suggestion. Sure. Have you experienced the compressor yourself? Or, let's see, what would she want to talk about? She probably want to talk about the Pale.
The Pale? It's the end of the world.
Very succinct answer. Have you experienced it yourself? She'll probably want to talk about her experience.
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Alright. And how did you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can barely use a radio computer. Although we did hack into one. Are we not the hacker extraordinaire?
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
Oh yeah, she studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. You built your own death ray. Nice. Alright, will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
442.
Good times. Good times. This wonderful. I'm glad we got to experience at least a little bit of some guitar. Sounded like some rock and roll. It's all good. Alright. I don't think we can do this right now. Let's just ask her to turn it
You're
off.
big boys. You can handle it. Stop being so damn melodramatic.
Yep, we get another blast of radio. If you're looking for a deal on mattresses. Very cool. Very cool. I'm glad that they recorded these things. Like, imagine it must not have been easy to splice these static and music together.
Damn this.
God damn it. Fine, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Oh, nice. We aren't spazzing out as hard now.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon.
How do we know it's not like the murder weapon?
Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
Oh, well, that's nice. Thank you, darling.
Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Whoa. Our pain threshold is through the roof. Okay, cool. We'll destroy the machine. Why not? But first, let's talk a little bit. How did you know we were... Well, obviously we were making tons of noise.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, let's confront her about the hiding the bullets. That was her, like, contemplation of suicide.
So, you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Why? Not for a shootout. We know why. We know why. Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
Did you shoot Lely?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
What is this? She's clearly a gender traitor? That's odd. You're right. Clausier was first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this.
Well, I mean, she is under threat from some sort of group, so I'm not surprised that she wouldn't sell people out. It did take her a while, though, to actually come clean.
But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Yeah, Titus told me. Took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
Oh, man. Dude, she's been out here on her own for too long. For, like, over a week. It's gotta do something to your mind as you're building a death ray machine.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Let's see, what is it? How do we get by doing what? With people? I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me? Nah, I'm the can opener. I opened them up. Oh, do I say I'm the can opener? Let's go the middle path. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
Wow, we have all sorts of questions. Let's go with the frickin' flowers. Did you leave any flowers for Classier on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
They weren't just flowers, they were symbols of revolution. Push through the pain. We can do it.
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
Yeah, that doesn't really seem like her. But Classier was mourning?
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hot-house's worth of flowers has to die too.
Okay, fair enough. I believe you. I believe you.
No, I did not.
Okay. So do you like to hang out on rooftops? Let's ask about the guns. So let's see. Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
Yeah, they did say you left to take a really long leak, 15 minutes. I don't know if it was a half hour, 15 minutes, or 10 minutes, but they probably all lead to the same thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Yeah, hold on. No one takes a 15-minute leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
I mean, that's a long time to take a piss. Maybe possibly, once I get up in age and have some problems. What is it? Isn't your, like, prostate enlarged and it pushes on the urethra? Makes it difficult to urinate. Anyway, let's get back to our investigation. Has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much? What is that? I like this just because it has pinball in it. Good old Kimball.
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city.
Somewhere on the outskirts of Forburg, a scrawny teenage girl stands by the side of the road, greeting passing vehicles with a calloused thumb turned upward. She's tired. She wants to leave, but she knows she will come back.
The city sucks you in. Sucks you in, man. It keeps you here.
Why?
So there's some mysterious pinball machines and some pretty mysterious rooms in the world. Yeah, let's talk about pinball machines more. Why
Yeah,
not?
and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Wait, what kind of mysteries interest you then?
Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
She looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
I love how we're just beating around the bush. We're not going to ask her a straight question. What about elevators? Do you like
The
elevators?
fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Why not?
Why are you so hung up on elevators?
All right.
And that topic was what? Staircases? Ladders?
Okay, look, there's a secret way from the ground floor to the roof. Let's get back on topic.
Don't know it. But also, the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
Okay, so you have a gun.
And?
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
This is such a wipeout. Yeah, maybe she's not the murderer? I don't know. Where did you get
The
it?
gun store.
Which gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
That doesn't sound like the name of a real store.
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
Okay, well we already know it's a front loader. She already told us she doesn't collect other guns, so other evidence?
Yeah, evidence.
Would you say that Lily was a
I didn't
likable
like
person?
him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Okay. Did you feel protective of the Union? I mean, understandable.
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
Obviously, she doesn't feel any sympathy. Let's not ask that
I'm
question.
listening.
You're running drugs. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
Nah, he didn't. We found our way in through the racist dude.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
You gotta, I mean, if we can't trust anything she says, why are we questioning her? So you had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
Yeah, I think we want to ask about your previous employer.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Let's not use that one right here, but you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
I suppose we can ask this question. I don't think it's going to get us any information. She kind of was saying she wasn't on the rooftop.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Let's ask about the antenna.
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
I wonder if Claudia also was able to tune in. Thanks, Pale Latitude Compressor. I'm loving it. Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
Claudia? I've been calling her Claudia the whole time. Claudia. That's probably better. Wait, but what did Titus call her? Did he call her Claudia or Claudia? I don't know. I don't know anymore. So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the
Yes,
roof?
I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Alright, let's take a step
Yeah?
back.
Where?
More questions before doing anything. Damn it. Destroy that thing already.
I love Half-Light just coming in. I think we do destroy it, but then who knows what she's gonna do. Let's get our questions answered, and then we'll destroy the machine. So, who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
That sounds quite intense.
Claudia didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want to silhouette yourself. Alright. Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Yeah, so she was high, right?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Hell
This
yeah.
woman seen people OD. Claudia wasn't quite there yet. So why worry?
Claudia said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
I love how it's the same question, but it's like either we think it's weird or we just ask the question. It is kind of weird. It's pretty weird that you came up with this plan right on the spot.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Uh-huh.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Oh ho ho, she got framed, huh?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
Damn. Everybody's not who they seem. Everybody is not who they seem. That is a truth of the Disco Elysium world.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Claudia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
That's... I mean, yeah, that's bad that she'd be so calm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
I think she killed Lely herself. But how could she have done it? She was having sex with him and the bullet came in through the window.
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Also, she seemed pretty upset about his death. She may be a smooth operator. She is like some sort of corporate spy, but I don't think she's a murderer.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
Oh, Kim's doing well. This has gotten him excited too.
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going, fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Oh, what does that mean? Because they sold you out? I mean, I guess they kind of did. They made you responsible for the lynching instead of taking responsibility themselves.
Her grip on the gun is tight. Her arms toned. Her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender.
Alright, if you didn't kill him, why
I
hide?
saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
I believe we talked with the other officers about this. I don't think we are a La Puta Madre agent, though.
That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
Oh, Half-Light's pumped up. I'm so pumped up I'm making even myself afraid. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
I would have said this peone, but peon? Peon? Fair enough.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself.
Dude, look at all this health I got. I ain't worried.
Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Yeah. We're gonna wince grotesquely. Bullshit. You're trying to throw me off. No one says that.
Oh, yes, they do. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Well, we already know our real name. It's Harriet Dubois. Tell me what's my name if you know that. I mean, I guess we can ask her. Oh, I mean, we already know what our real name is.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to la puta madre.
Imagine if we were still wearing our clothes. We would definitely have the disco pants and funny tie on.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
I don't know. This may make her more scared. Also, do we get pumped up? Let's say it. Fuck yeah. You better let me go.
Nah. That I'm not planning to shoot you is the extent of the courtesy I can extend to la puta madre at present.
A man in a white suit walks through a garden coaxed from soil that had once been covered in asphalt. A city block closed off from the rest of the city by dark buildings. Rows and rows of poppies, most of which have lost their pink bloom, flank his steps. The man looks around, then up at the sky, sighs.
I can't tell if La Puta Madre is supposed to be more like a Godfather or more like Tony Montana from Scarface.
Taking out a knife, he crouches at the end of one flower bed. He scores a seapod, very gently. Milky sap begins to ooze out. The pain comes over you again.
They're growing opium poppies in the city. Smart. What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
I don't know why this question came up, but let's ask it since it did. Do you know about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
Communist hideout back there.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Oh, we're getting more damage. Well, I guess we're getting more damage as we continue talking to her. Good times.
You've got to act soon. This is getting bad. Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Okay, nice. So we asked all the questions. I mean, we already had 97%, so let's destroy this freaking machine. We don't got time to mess around here. Yeah, Harry Dubois, do it. Smash that machine. Ruby's just standing there while we're like getting closer and closer. Bam!
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
Yo, let's check on Kim. You see those fireworks, Kim?
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Oh no. We weren't ready for this one. Let's do this. Let's see. Uh-oh, this isn't gonna go well.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
We've been here ourselves in this playthrough. Why am I standing here like an idiot?
Because you've misread the situation from the beginning. And now her finger squeezes the trigger.
Come on, one idea. I need one
A
idea.
smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there, mute. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger.
Game over, man. Ooh, that didn't go the way I thought it would, but I suppose that's better than us ending up on the floor with piles of red paint coming out of our head.
You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
I mean, I don't think we would feel remorse for this. Like, she was trying to kill us. And we've killed people in the past. I feel like our character just walks on the thin edge between life and death every day. Like, what's another death to him? Okay, okay. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
We're gonna put her body in the tent? Wow. That was intense. Let's finish up here. The Noctway A80 Pepperbox pistol. Equip this when times are most dire. Okay, we got another gun. This double-barrel pistol is compact, no-nonsense design, more durable than precise. The walnut-paneled grip is scratched up, bearing the sheen of long wear in the hands of its previous owner. We're ready for action. I don't know how well we're gonna do if we're dual wielding, but okay. Drowmean +3 to health. You know what? Let's pump ourselves back all the way up. We're getting all healed up. Utensils. She has prepared herself porridge with bananas. Let's take a ton of money. Let's quickly check out this yellow thing before we look in the tent. Dark water trails into the distance. There's no way out. Ah, no wonder she was upset. There was no way out.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She was used to camping out.
Yeah, I mean, she was a drug deliverer, a lorry truck driver. Let's look inside.
You see a rolled-up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Okay, let's carry her over here.
The lieutenant nods.
Jeez, that's a lot of sounds. Ouch. Unfortunate.
There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines.
This is still kind of tragic. Still sad. I mean, not that we caused this or did this.
Magazines. You should look through them.
Alright, fine, we'll look through them.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook. Let's see if we have her journal.
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
Okay, okay. We'll read it immediately. Also, we have a thought popping through, Kim. Alright, we'll let the thought pop through after we read this journal. A well-loved journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name. Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers.
Thanks for the 2 real, Encyclopedia. Thanks for the 2 real. Unwind the strap.
The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Let's flip through the pages. Let's get to today's date, or the days before.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
Wow. This is actually a lot in here. This is getting to be a long episode, but it's an important one, so we'll keep on going. What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Good job, Kim. Good idea.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism. Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
I mean, she's been through a lot of difficult decisions recently, as we see right here.
Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
Yeah. I feel like the more you learn about someone, like, the more tragic their death is. Like, really in all cases. We all have a story. We all have a background, a history. The events that led us to where we are today. Yeah. This, I suppose, impersonal crime, impersonal death that it was at the beginning is going to become more personal and more tragic. Let's see what she wrote about the day Lely died.
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though. Well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Loyal to a fault. Maybe she wasn't loyal to Everard? I mean, she was looking for a way out. She was looking to leave the city all the time. Anything about La Puta Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell.
What about this M? Could this be La Puta Madre? Here, March 9th and March 15th.
Let's read it.
Great. M's peon is coming to town.
Oh, that's us.
No doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder.
Ah, so that's why she went underground.
Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? Things played out just as she had feared. Except you didn't shoot her.
Yeah.
It's in you to do something like this. Kill her. Physically, at least. You could pull the trigger if you had to.
I mean, we could. We definitely could. But we didn't have to. But I think we are okay with this idea. We know we're a killer in our past.
That's a good, pragmatic approach. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me.
Yeah, and the way we twisted. We, like, twisted the stories, twisted the circumstances to make it look like she could have been the murderer.
Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
Ooh. The most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
That's real sad. Real sad,
I don't
Ruby.
think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
Well, I mean, I guess she was kind of set up by Clausia and Titus. But, I mean, I don't think whoever killed the mercenary was thinking that she would... I mean, yeah, I don't think Clausia set it up. Who's the murderer?
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks. Don't get emotional.
No, no, no. Yeah, let's not go into this. Okay, what do you mean,
By
framed?
the Hardy Boys? By Classier? By us?
I thought he already told us he doesn't think we're a La Puta Madre agent.
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it.
Yeah, I was just doing that to scare her, to let us go. I don't think we really are. Who do you think killed the merc, Kim?
Could have been Titus. Then again,
T-Man wouldn't fuck me over, that's funny. Yeah, but no one heard the shot.
maybe there's a Hardy Boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
Something tells you you should be extra careful from now on.
Alright there, Half-Light. Maybe we do need to get pumped up. I don't know, we should spend our last skill point. Oh, also we should let our thought come in.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Oh, okay. So I guess we do get to go talk to... All red checks fail, that sounds bad. I guess we get to go talk to our friend Joyce Messier. We have to go back to the Whirling in Rags. We have, yeah, a couple of these. Call your station to find out more if you dare. I don't know. I think I do dare. Have I even called our station? I don't think I did. Eh, we don't need to call the station. We're a lone cop. We're a hobo cop. We're an apocalypse cop. We're a savvy cop. Savvy. Savoir faire. But yeah, we'll do all that next time. This was a long episode, but we came to a climactic point. We confronted Ruby. We found out that she is not the murderer. Who is the murderer? More questions. Hopefully, me, Lieutenant W. Freighter Harrier Dubois, and my comrade, Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi, can find the answers to the case. Until then, do remember to take care of yourself and keep it disco, baby.